Hi everybody, welcome back to SevTech Ages, episode 55 with me, Sid. And in the last episode we made this core sample drill. We also made we made a redstone engine, which didn't want to connect to that for power, so yeah, but no worries. So we need to take ourselves forwards by getting a bucket of oil from a immersive petroleum pump jack, and then we need to convert that into naphtha and diesel with a immersive petroleum distillation tower. Now, if you're not familiar with immersive petroleum, this is a very, very, very nasty trick, and let me show you why. So, immersive petroleum oil processing. The pump jack requires 11 steel scaffolding, 6 treated wood fence, 4 fluid pipes, 1 redstone engineering blocks, 2 redstone engineering blocks, 2 heavy engineering blocks, 2 blocks of steel, and 4 steel sheet metal. That's a hell of a lot, and that's just to get the oil. Now, as long as these recipes haven't changed, it's not undoable, but it ain't fun. However, we then need to take the distillation tower, and the distillation tower requires all of that. 25 steel scaffolding, 33 steel scaffolding slabs, 17 fluid pipes, 1 redstone engineering blocks, 4 heavy engineering blocks, and 60 iron sheet metals. So that's 60 ingots of 60 times 4, isn't it? No, it's 60. It's 60 because they're 4 sheets per. But that's still a huge amount of engineering. And before that, we still haven't got any way of powering that, which means that we need to also go and have a look at power. Now we've got 2 options. One is a water wheel, 2 is a windmill. I am tempted to go with the water wheel. So we are going to need to make, let's have a look. That's the first thing we need. We need a way of generating some juice. Let me have a look at the water wheel. I like the water. You see, there's swings and roundabouts. Windmill. Let's have a look at the windmill, actually. I'm thinking kind of both ways. So that's better with mods. That's the immersive engineering windmill. Requires the windmill blades and iron, and there should be we can use, or we should, thought we had the option to make, have we not got? Those windmill sail. I'm just going to have to double check that, because that looks like it's changed. You used to have 2 options there. Let's have a look at the power generation. Basic wiring, power gen, there we go. So we need a kinetic dynamo. They're relatively inexpensive. Water wheel would be those. Windmill is those. And if we make covering the blades in cloth, doing so increases the sails are crafted and applied to the windmill by right clicking on it in the okay, it's not as bad. That's changed. Right, so windmill. We need to make windmill blades. For that we need treated wood and sticks, and we need 8 of those round an iron ingot. We can do all of that. We will need some oak, which we should have a reasonable amount. Let me just pop one of those back. We'll get that sawn up and turned into planks, and while we are also doing that, we're going to take some iron and a stack of coal, and we'll get that converting to steel, because we're going to need a lot of steel going forward. So it would make a degree of sense to handle that. That's there, that's fine. I brought a couple of spare ones of these up, which I shall just pop in there temporarily, and that can go into there, and we'll take the slag out of that. We don't need it right now, so that can go over there. Right, we need to make treated wood, of which we've got plenty of creosote, so that should be relatively straightforward. Listen to that. Listen to it. It's beautiful. Okay, but I think we'll get this cut and treated, and I shall be back with you in a second. Alright, so we've got these, and we need 4 of those and 1 of those to make that. So that's 5 per, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hang on, there. Hit the wrong. I keep hitting caps lock. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, bang, there. That gives us 8. Now we need an iron ingot. I'll borrow 1 of those. And that should be everything we need to make the basic windmill. Yay, windmill. We've got windmill. However, we still need to make a kinetic dynamo, and that bit is missing from our recipe. So if we have a look at a kinetic dynamo, we need a copper block, redstone and iron. Copper block is 8 of those. Those are those round sticks, so we basically need to go and hammer some plate or cast some plates and make up the relative. Let me just check. I've just got this grinding. Have you done? Yeah, you're still going. Just grinding resin down out those bark items. Show. Are we better? You are an ingot recipe. Are we better to stick a plate in? So how much do we need? We need 8 of those. Each one of those, 4 of those. So we need 8 ingots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In they go. We're going to need to go and get some more lava again before long. But yeah, that shouldn't take too long. We'll turn that on. It doesn't really. I'm not going to worry too much about what the clock's doing there, because it's just going to melt these down and cast them anyway. And oops. Yeah. That should be alright. I think it'll be about the same for a copper ingot. A copper ingot is 90 according to that, although it seems to be working okay on 70. No, it's not quite. Oops, down. That should be fine. It'll work itself out, and we should have in our kit there our pincers to slice those up. 1 more and we're golden. Okay, perfect. And we can take those and go snip and put that away. We need 3 iron. 3 iron. I'm going to need to go and grab some more iron at this rate, because we're going through it at a rate of knots. Fortunately, I happen to know a dimension where it's very easy to find, so that is not a major issue. Okay, we'll take 2 of those, make bang those. Oh, I need 3. I need another iron. Okay, not a problem. That's the coil. Let's go and grab another iron. And what was the other bit? 2 redstone. While we're at it, we'll grab 2 redstone. So that'll give us the kinetic dynamo, and it will give us the windmill. Where are we? Which of course gives us the means of generating RF. However, what it doesn't do is give us a means of storing RF. And we could run that thing, but the windmill really isn't very portable. I can't remember actually what space we need to place it. More than that, I'm guessing 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's an 11, isn't it? Come on, give me. Thank you. If you went up 5 and placed it on that, you might get away with that, just going up 5 on a stacking up on a block. It's really a question of how much effort we want to put into that bit of this entire process. And the answer has to be, I really don't know. Take that another break, that will do. We'll take 13 of those. We've got that. We'll take tech. I need tech. We also need to sleep and get it to daylight, so we can try that out. But we could just try positioning this manually for the time being. We take a couple of those and that should do everything we require of it for the time being. Let me just sleep, we'll head out and we will try that in the world and see what we get. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, I'm getting more than a little sick of being ambushed by creepers whenever I come out this direction. And the easiest way of clearing all of this is, of course, just a bucket of water. And hopefully we'll get... I'm just being very careful not to overflow the edge here, because what I don't want to do is not quite. Gotcha. Right. At least now when I come out there's going to be no creepers hiding in all this tall grass. So my plan is simply to do this, and that is we're going to come up and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is inactive. I can't remember what the hell I actually set that to be. Hang on. That's active. Yep, so it's X. Right. One more. We'll stick the old thing on. We don't want that. We want that, which is going to go there. We're going to take you and we're going to place you there. We're going to activate that and slow fall. Yeah, we should have. Yeah, that's a slight miscalculation there. We'll place you, and you will come in this chunk here. And you shall have one of those applied to you. It will be a lot easier when I haven't got all this junk on me, but and we probably need to grab a glove which will activate, and we'll take that and then go back up the top here and do that. Okay, no, it doesn't matter. Perfect. Oh, not perfect. Okay, we need to re-evaluate this then a little bit. Let me just go and get my... Thank you, we'll have that. We'll place you over here then. Fine, I don't mind. We'll do that onto the side and we shall link from there, and let's see whether that works. No, it doesn't. It's obstructed. You swining thing. Do you have to be on the top? Oh crap. X. Oh. Let's just try this on the side, see whether it'll play. Oh, damn it. How do I want to play this then? If I go to there, come up here, maybe that'll work. Seems to. That'll take some power. It's slow because obviously that's not the most powerful thing in the world. And let's see what we got out of it. I need to hang on. I need to divest myself of these things. Let me just let that run for a little moment while we go. I'll get rid of these flowers and everything out of my inventory, and I'll be back in a moment. I need to eat as well, so back in a sec. All right, we're back, and why? Why you no give? Give. All right, try that again. Oh damn! Of course. The only drawback is now it's okay, it's got juice. Does its thing, goes down, comes back up. And does nothing. Something about this is not playing true to me, and I don't know what. Right. So the question is, what do we do to address this? I'm going to take all of this down for starters. So there's a couple of things we could do. One is we could move this windmill around all over the shop, and that's going to be a pain in the backside. So the other thing we could do is we could make a battery and carry the battery around with us, and the battery is obviously going to be a lot easier to place and connect than the thing. Now at the moment I think we're probably limited to a low voltage capacitor. Let us go and see if I have a look at capacitors. We've got a low voltage, which is lead, copper, iron and treated wood. Medium, which is lead, electrum. Now electrum is gold and silver. I can make electrum. That should just be gold and silver. One of each will make one. So if I do, we could probably make that right now. We've got a lead. We've got 3 iron. 1, 2, 3. We need a redstone block, but first things first, let's get that done and cast ourselves some electrum. I picked up some more flowers while I was out there because obviously I didn't have them all on me when I came back, so that's typical. Redstone block, is that... Now, do I need to do that in a press, or can I do this one on a... it's going to have to be pressed. That's fine. It's no problem. We can get rid of you if we've got anything that we can get rid of, and the rest of them are sorry, but I haven't got space or time or even the inclination to faff around with those, so that'll do. Hopefully we should have some electrum, 2 ingots worth. 1 and 2. While that's doing, we need to set up the whole Puccini here. Have you? Yeah, you are making clay. You need to make me a redstone block. Go. Wipe your bum on the carpet. It's amazing, you know, that we've had this thing, oh hello, not quite, almost from the start, this dog, and he's become such a crucial thing of this entire playthrough. He's been sat there just minding his business, doing his thing all along. I also am going to need a little bit more. I am also going to need a little bit more tech components. We're going to need a couple more of those and some more of that. And we should, I think, at that be okay. We probably want to think about what we're going to mount the windmill on. I'm probably going to go with a chisel block. I think we could just go with oak. If we keep it simple, at least at this stage anyway, we can just put something up to maintain that. Now the other one I wanted to check actually was the sail, because obviously we can make it more efficient by making this, which is hemp cloth from that. And we need each one of those is really? Is that simple? That seems too easy. Hang on, turn that off. I should have a whole load of hemp fibre somewhere. It's just the question. Oh, I made it into rope. Can I turn you back into? I can. Okay, even better. Right, so let me just take 16 of those. Alright, maybe not 16 of those, and do that. That's so. How many do I need? 2, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on, and then get this lot out. Windmill sail, perfect. That was altogether too easy. I was expecting that to be a lot worse. Let me grab that hemp fibre while we're here. Waste not, want not. Alright, so we got you, we got you, we got you. We just need to go make a battery, and then we need to mount the damn thing and have done with. I have some thoughts. I may mount that internally, you know. That's just a thought here. We need, how are you going? You're at 6, you're there, you made 15 more coal. 15 more coal coke. Make me more steel. Let's keep that running while we're going. A couple of those. That will make me a one of those. Lead, electrum, iron, MV capacitor. Right. The question now is, do I hang the thing on the side of this mountain up here, and put the charger in something like that? I could stick it out there even. That would work. Tell you what, let me sleep and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, well, the bit about that sail cloth seeming too easy was because it is. That was too easy. It only went on one sail. You need to do it another 7 times, another 7 of those basically, which again is doable. With it's not particularly impossible, but let me just get up here and turn that back off. But what I've done is I've hooked that. Ow, electrocuting myself. What I thought we would do is basically link this stuff in and have this entire thing kind of pushed out from the edge here a little bit. And then we can kind of bring this back and just, you know, rationalize it into a I don't know, a cliff face, if you like, on the side here, which we can obviously, you know, make safe and obviously cover this with all of that. Now what I'm thinking is that I can't remember if this thing here will hang on, let me try this in English again. I can't remember if we can actually set this thing up to charge capacitors in a charging station, and the only way we're going to find that one out is by giving it a try. Clearly we are happily charging this battery up. It is getting its juice, and you know, it's at it takes 1 million, so it's going to take a while to get there using this thing, but we've got time. That's always not an issue, especially when we're wanting to wait for steel and everything to go. I also still am aware that I need to do the stuff under here to make that a stoked cauldron as opposed to a stoked crucible. So that's something I can be getting on with while this is charging. But I would like to just double check if that does work. So I'll double check that. If it does, we'll make a charging station. We'll put a charging station into the wall here, and then we could just put this into the charging station and let it do its work that way and black it all out, you know, make sure it looks nice. I think that is probably the better way to go with this. So but that's going to take a while. So yeah, in the meantime, I'm just going to go and test that out, and I will also get, if that works, we'll get that built. So just out of interest, the charging station is relatively straightforward. We just need another one of those, a medium volt wire capacitor, which is that iron. So yeah, it's not too bad, but I'll try that out first in a creative world, and then we'll get on with that. So be back in a moment. Alright, just a quick update. I've encased this and I've made the sails, so that should be now fully updated and generating more juice. Now I did test the charger. It doesn't work with the hoofers, but that looks alright. I don't mind that at all. Now what I have realised therefore is we really need to come up with a better way of disconnecting the power from this, because at the moment, when we disconnect this, it's going to disconnect the wire all the way back over there, which we don't really want. Now that is a 250,000 RF. We're going to take you out, and then we're going to jump our way through here a little bit. I'm going to take you, and I've made some LV wire relay. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect that up there, and we're going to bring you all the way to here, and we're going to put that down, and we're going to connect that to that. And then when we place you down with one of these on the top, and we connect that to that, it still gets the charge, but ow, but when we get ow, ow. It's like you can't believe it's happening to you, so you kind of lick it. Yeah, it's still getting the charge, but when we disconnect that, it will not disconnect that. So that's the best I could come up with for that. So while that is charging to 1,000,000, which is not going to take too long, I'm going to get on and try and get the hibaches done for this side. We need some more hemp rope anyway, because we're going to need another hoofer. We're going to need another set of bellows, and we're going to need another gearbox, so, and some more things. So I've got more hemp grinding down there. You have made some more steel. Let's have some more coal coke in there. And yeah, this is just what we're going to be doing for a while. I think we're going to have to do a lot of this fiddle faddling around to get this to a point where we can actually use it properly. And yeah, such is life. We'll do that. If you wonder why I use this for cooking stone, it's because it's free. It doesn't matter how fast it is, it's absolutely free. So yeah, just whack it in there, and whenever I'm passing, and it works a treat. So what do we need? Hibachi. No, it's a hibachi, isn't it? There we go. Yep, okay, I need to get these done, so I will check my various reserves of stuff. I think I've got it in here actually, have I? Yep. So we need to make those, which are of course made by cooking that in there. That's fine. We need to make that, which is of course made with stuff and things and stuff, so that's also fine. We'll get one of that going right now actually, with a piece of, where are you? Somewhere in one of these, piece of that and a piece of redstone. So that's that lot going. Yeah, and then we need to make the thingies, so I'll get those going. Back in a mo. Alright, almost at the point where we've got everything done. The The thingy who for what's my jig is charged. That is our wooden gearbox, which is done. The hibatchis are installed and running underneath here, and I have a set of bellows back here. So I think we need to, let me get this right, do that, no, that, and then we're going to do that to there and that to there. Then we can just, I might as well just use cobble back here, seeing as you'll never see it. And currently that is an unstoked cauldron, but flick the lever and now we have a stoked cauldron. Obviously crucible and thingy. Excellent. Well, that's that. We've got this, that is ready. So now all we need to do is take that along with the wire and the connectors and that, and we should be good to go. I need to just double check the, what's the actual entry on the it's not that, is it? Is it under crusher, metal, excavator? Is it mentioned under the excavator? No. Tools, mining, no, that's not that. It does definitely mentioned somewhere in amongst all this lot. I could just never remember where it's actually covered. Web assembler, turrets, razor wire, garden, class charging station, la la la, none of that. Oh god, not going to be there. It's definitely under fluid reservoirs, blah blah blah, with the help of a oh, that's no. Okay, but okay. Core drill sample. Due to their wide-thing nature, a special machine might be able to assist. To determine the material minerals, you supply the machine with power and right-click it to use or redstone to activate it. It drills a chunk and extracts a core sample which shows what was yielded. 200 ticks. The sample can always be also be placed, blah blah blah. Okay, well that's not overly helpful. Right, well we're going to sleep and we're going to go out and we are going to try and find some of this oil. I don't think we'll get the actual machines built this episode, but we have come a long way in getting a lot of the resources for it, so that's going to help long term. But if we can find an area around the world where we can actually find some oil, that would be beneficial. So yeah, first job of the day, find oil. Well, this is working now. The first one over there had nothing in it. This one here has got cinnabar vein and lava. Ooh, that's nice. I mean, cinnabar vein is going to take well, it's, how do I put it, it's going to be a long time before we're building an excavator, I think. So it's right now just a matter of going chunk by chunk, and I really, it's really bizarre how these, I don't know why this happens, but it almost seems whenever I'm doing a mod in one pack, it almost demands that I do it in the next pack or another pack. So I've literally just done this in Sid's Modded Life, and now out of the blue, bang, we have a thing. What do we get that one? Water. Wow. Big wow. Anyway, it's going to take me a short while, so I am going to just keep on going. I'll do this like chunk by chunk over this way, just covering a couple of chunks wide for the time being. It is quite a tedious job. So I'm obviously not going to do it on camera, and we will carry on going until we find something worthwhile. Now you can see we haven't even actually used 100,000 RF yet, so yeah, and that's free RF as well, let's not forget. So at the end of the day, it'll do. I'll be back in a mo. Alright, well, I've tested several places. So over here, right next to the entrance, there's nothing. Also nothing. Here is, was it a beryllium beryl vein? Beryl, is that? Huh, I don't know actually. Unsure. Could be emerald, could be copper. Water, nothing. Nether quartz vein in this area for a thingy. Right next door, this is the area we were trying to do before, and it has completed. There's 10,000 buckets of oil. We haven't, I don't think that one is there, so I haven't done this one. And it's not too bad doing it. Using this, it's just a matter of plop. We'll get a little bit of wire, pop it on there and zap that down. And I think the reason it was failing is because it wasn't getting enough power to complete the operation. So I've surveyed quite a bit of this. That is nothing. And it's fairly easy, you just have to break 2 items to take them away, so that's good. Now moving back over this way, we've got nothing and 14,000 buckets of oil. Nothing. Oil, not many there, only what's it, 4,200 buckets of oil. Not much, it's hardly worth the effort, is it? That one was, these are the earlier ones, so that's a cinnabar, and I think this one's just water. That's nothing. This one has got oil in it, 12,000 buckets, nothing there, nothing there, and nothing there. And this is as far as I kind of went this way. So now, armed with all of that, we can now move to the next stage of the quest, which is to build the pump jack, which we will go for probably this one right on in our front garden. It would seem the obvious place to work, and we're going to get this one going. However, again, we are going to need a lot of juice for that, probably more than we're generating using that. But again, we're only aiming for individual buckets right now. We're trying to push ourselves forwards through to age 4, and I'm hoping that when we get to age 4 we will have more options in the way of power generation and the likes. So we are definitely going to need to process as much steel as we can. I'm just going to put these. Oh, I'm going to want you and one of you, aren't I? And that, I suppose we ought to put these away properly. But obviously we can pop that down there. We can. Let me just use that. Oh dear, that is blocking that. Hang on then. We'll pop you there. No. Let's try that again. We'll pop that there. And that is now, no, we won't. What we'll do is we shall put you here, which should still be good lighting wise. We'll pop you there. We shall fix the damage we've just made there, and that will all be good and happy. We used just over 300,000 RF, so not a vast amount, but pop that in there, it'll soon charge back up. And yeah, we made some good progress. I mean, obviously we've got this now sorted to go both ways, stoked and not. We have got a reasonably large amount of steel coming out of here. We do need to process that back. into being things. I think I'm definitely going to have to now get into doing that, which should, if I take the U and place you out of the way over here, you'll still be okay, and we can go and grab another barrel and bring you over there and continue. So this is going to take a little bit of maintenance, but for the time being it's fine. This is absolutely no problem whatsoever. And yeah, we're actually working with RF now, which is amazing. We can probably, I don't know whether we could use a Buildcraft pipe, fluid pipe, to pump the creosote out of here, but obviously we need a better storage feature than these. But I think that'll do us for this episode. So until next time, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon, and bye for now.